Hello, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I hope everybody's doing good. I have another journal to show you. I just completed this one. It's a Halloween journal, and it is one of three. I'm hoping to make three. This is the first one. It is called Spell, and there's also Witch and Spooky. I'm hoping that I will get to them as well. You know how things go. Sometimes you get busy and all of a sudden you're not making the journals that you were planning. But I am hoping to make two more of this kind. Now this one is, as far as the size goes, about 6 by 6 inches. And the spine is about 2 inches. And it is 2 signatures. We have some beads over here on the spine that I put right into the binding. And then I have a tassel here with some more beads and a number 34 to go with the Halloween theme, I guess, number 3 in there anyways. And then just some ribbons and so on in the tassel. Right in the front here we have this beautiful, well, it's a beautiful heart pendant with some beads around it, just something to make it sparkle a little bit. And then I have pocket or a belly band in the middle where you can use this journaling card, or you can put something else in it if you wish. And on the journaling card and inside the charm we have a bee. You know, they sting and so on, so they're a little bit very mysterious, I would call them. Anyways, bees are. And then I have a collage of different things on here, some of my scribbles as well and so on here. And then I also spell here. So now you can put it in the front, or you can put something else in the front, and you can put this in the back as well. So in the back also has a belly band that you can put more of your ephemera into. Hello, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I hope everybody's doing good. I have another journal to show you. I just completed this one. It's a Halloween journal, and it is one of three. I'm hoping to make 3. This is the first one. It is called Spell, and there's also Witch and Spooky. I'm hoping that I will get to them as well. You know how things go. Sometimes you get busy and all of a sudden you're not making the journals that you were planning. But I am hoping to make 2 more of this kind. Now this one. Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I was filming outside today. However, all of a sudden all the noises kept coming up from kids getting out and screaming. The train was going by somewhere in the distance. A truck was backing up, was making that noise, and all of a sudden I just couldn't film because, well, you probably couldn't hear me. So anyways, I've come by today to show you my new journal. It's in the Halloween theme, and it's called Spell. I am hoping to make 2 more similar ones. I have the cover started, but of course the inside is still to be done. So this is the first one that is completed. And as far as the size is concerned, it's about 6 inches by 6 inches, so a square. And the spine is 2 inches. There are 2 signatures, and I put some beads on this one, on the spine, as well as in the tassel. I have some ribbons, I have some beads, and I have a number 34 because I wanted to use 3. They didn't have 13, unfortunately, so I did use the 34. And in the very front, we have this beautiful pendant, heart pendant, and inside I put a bee, and on top of various ribbons, and I made a belly band, so this tag is sitting in a belly band here. And it is collaged nicely, and has some cheesecloth and fabric here, and a little bit of burlap, and some of my scribbles that I did, so I included that, and I wrote the word spell, and then us here as well. In the back, of course, you can write on it. And in the back of the journal, I also have a belly band here as well. So you could put something else in here, or if you have any other collections that you would like to include of, you know, to do with being spooky or scary, doing a spell for Halloween, and so on. So I have on the top the usual fluff that I like to have. And this one has, of course, oranges and purples and blacks and so on. And on the side, we have a little bit as well. And there's a little, I believe this is a Tim Holtz little charm. It has an S. It does say significant, but I use the S for spell in this case. And let me show you what's going inside of this journal. Okay, so this Halloween junk journal has 2 signatures. So I do have quite a variety of things in here, tags, notebooks, and so on. So we're going to start right over here. Is actually a yellow doily that I happen to have for a while and haven't had a chance to use it. It's a perfect little web, maybe a spider web, and you can put something in it. It will hold as well something, but just for the sake of the web decoration, I like to use it. And then over here, there's a nice little pocket, and I included a feather in the pocket. And this little floating pocket or an envelope. And it has a little round thing that I did for a closure so that you can fill it up a little bit more and close it up. Now inside, I have just some wrapping paper that I wrinkled up and then put on there. Now I showed you this, or I'm going to show you in a tutorial how I made this pocket, and as well as a couple of pieces of ephemera. So this is just something that I scribbled with paint, black, and put on a journaling card so that in the back you can still write a spell. And then here is another journaling card. It actually has a spell on it. It's a memory spell. And I wrote this on my own and decorated it, and then put a few little strands of something that, you know, you would use for a spell. So this is right in the beginning here. So let's go to the next page. So here we have a little bit of purple and feather charm. It is quite a larger one that I've had for a while and haven't had a chance to use it. So I thought, why don't I use it on this journal? So inside the first pocket here, we have a journaling card. Maybe this is a little witch, maybe, who is going to be making these spells. And it says here, Betty Beauty Salon, that I found in a book. Both of these are authentic. And I thought, well, maybe her name is Betty. So this journal maybe belongs to Betty. And she's going to be writing up her spells over here. Now, I included lots and lots of different ribbons and eyelash trim and so on, just to make it really, really fluffy with different textures. And over here is corners from a napkin that I decoupaged on here. And then inside are a couple more authentic pages. This one, I just found anything in an old, very old dictionary. And then just anything that looked a little bit weird or spooky, like this little snail here. And then this one, I made a Frankenstein, or whatever you want to call it, card. Something about a whale and a ship and so on. And then on the back, it happens to say something about prick your blood, tiny bit. Maybe it's a part of a spell, and you can complete it over here. Now over here, I did my own stamps that I saw Sagita do. And so I happened to pick up a few Halloween stencils. It's really for children, but I used them and I made a stamp for myself and made these bats on tracing paper. And then a little bit of lines here, and lots of different colors that I stamped on and painted on. This one in the back here, we have a label, and then we have a journaling card. Again, authentic page from a book, and this one looks like maybe about something about astral body, something out of the body experience. And on the back it's got numbers, and it actually has 30, 31st. Didn't say October, but still has the 31st on there. And I have this book, notebook with black lined paper, so I did use that, and I've just put a little bit of silver on it and a purple tab. And then here's a glassine pocket that I collaged on with a witch shoe on it. And maybe Betty lives in this house. I found this house. Again, it's from a vintage book, and this as well. And it just looks like maybe somewhere where a witch might live, and she might be doing her spells in here. And then inside is a little bit about maybe how to get there, a little bit of a map. Perhaps this is her father, and he's a warlock, and he's taught her how to do spells, and she keeps his picture here as well. On the back of the glassine bag, a little journal writing spot, and black and red rose here, and a little bit more stamping, and more of the black notebook page. And this I just found black and white, maybe herbs or plants that she's using also to make the spells and potions and so on. This is from my Witch Diary digital that is on Etsy, in my Etsy shop. And I printed this on tracing paper and sewn it onto this paper, and then a writing spot here. Then I used this, I made it into this weird shape. I wanted to make something different, and I thought, well, I don't know, what can I put in it? So I did find these little tags that I made a while back, and so I put a little bit more paper on it so you could write a couple of spells on here. And I did write Halloween on it. I put a little bit of a tiny label on here that I have from a passport. So anyways, that fits in here pretty well, like that. And then a little bit of a black flower here that I painted over and put some lines here. And then over here, I just sewn on some little bits that maybe you can use on a spell. And here is a skeleton hand. Half of it here, and half of it is on the other side. Now this one has this beautiful red sort of, I'm not sure, tulle or organza, some kind of ribbon. And then inside is a little bit of beads here in the middle, and all stamped up, all the pages stamped up and painted. And then this one I found in a book, just something a little bit strange, odd, or spooky that I included. And then this one is a little folding pocket with a little journaling card or index card in the back. Also something from a microscope. I have a book about looking through the microscope, and these are some of the designs in it, and it's actually, I really like it because it's got lots of odd kind of looking things. And index card here that is coffee dyed, and then a little bit more from a vintage dictionary. And over here, next page, a little bit more of different things to be used. A little bit more from the dictionary. And then this is the other side. It fits perfectly. I did put in ledger paper so that you can put spells in here. And you open it up, and it's quite a large piece of paper. And that I folded up and to make it fit perfectly inside here. And a little bit more over here from my digital kit with a spooky spider on here and different things. And you could put a tiny little note or dates over here. And a little bit more from the plant book. More eyelash trim on this black paper. Stamping here from a vintage flower book. And in the back here is a whole little fabric flip with skulls that I have. I happened to get this. I'm not sure even wear anymore because, you know, I have a lot of the forgotten stash all over the place in boxes, like I'm sure everybody else does. And then I did happen to find it. I thought, well, just perfect timing. So in this glassine pocket here, I have a page from another book. It is Authentic Page. And inside here, just something a little bit oddball. I thought these ladies here, well, I'm not sure, maybe they are making up some kind of spells, trying to discuss it or trying to come up with some new spells. And then here, just some different designs on this page. And a little bit more collaging here with, well, brains, it looks like maybe. And, you know, a lot of thinking going on about these spells. Now over here is paper clipped little, well, if I can get it out. It looks like stuck a little bit on the fabric. Okay, there we go. So this is a floating pocket. You can stick it somewhere else if you want. And then inside, just another thing that I found, I put a little bit of the orange fabric here. And a wild boar. Anyways, he's a little bit spooky or scary, so he might fit in a little bit in this journal. Let me see if I can put this back. And this beautiful pumpkin orange fabric, and it just, everything came off it, and I just left it as it is because it's perfect. Anyhow, here I stamped spell and then gave you some lines to put in a spell. And this is wallpaper sample, and I have this black and white. I just thought this design was very interesting, so you can use that somewhere else if you want. A little bit more lines here and stamping, and then the stenciling of a witch on a broom here. And here at the end of the first signature, I have this really vintage, weird looking index cards that were in a little box in a row, and I don't know, I haven't seen this kind yet. So anyways, has a little bit of plastic over here, but you can use it to put on a spell or two or something. And then just something about making baskets. I'm not sure why. Maybe Betty or her father were making baskets, you know, for a living, selling them in their village. And a little bit more of this beautiful design here with ribbon, 2 different ribbons and fabric and eyelash trim, and a little bit shiny here as well. And this is the other side of the napkin that I decoupaged in the front here. If you recall, I did the corners, and this is the middle of it. So beware with this skull and this beautiful purple here. And to match that actually perfectly, I have 2 index cards in different shades. And for some reason, I put it like this. And then over here, we have that S that I already showed you for spell. And this is the middle, and in the middle, let me show you what's sitting here. So in the middle of the 2 signatures, which have this beautiful yellow doily as the spider's web, and here is a little notebook that I put in. Let me see, where's the, oh, here's a paper clip that belongs to it. It has a little bit of purple on it from the cover. So anyways, I have a little bit more of the skull of that fabric that I showed you, and a little bit of shiny bits here and thread and so on. And over here, I put a worry doll. A while back, my son-in-law handed me a little bag with these teeny tiny little things. Really, I never seen them before, and I had to research what it was, and it's a worry doll. So I thought maybe it fits in here. There is a bit of a myth about it. I believe the actually originated, somebody started making them in the Honduras, and they're little worry dolls, so that if you are having some kind of worries or something, and maybe you keep this doll in your night table or somewhere near you to help you get rid of these worries. So over here on the inside, if we can get it out, there we go, is a butterfly in black, so a little bit with paint over top. and it's a journaling card. And then there is quite a bit of a notebook in here with different papers that you can use to put in more spells with a little, this is also a stamp that I made. And then over here, one of the journaling cards from the digital kit, which is diary in my Etsy shop, and more papers here. And whoever had this date book, I don't know, changed the dates or something, so I thought that was weird. And then there's a witch's hat here as well that Betty sometimes puts on when she makes her spell. I did put RoseByNameCo here in case you separate this. A little bit of eco dye paper that I did. The extra pages that you have, a whole little extra notebook that comes with this journal to give you extra space for more spells. So this one has a pocket here on the side, and this little, actually have the same here, black beaded kind of ribbon. And here's another one of my collages, and then this one is from the Graphics Fairy that I printed. Get this back in here, a little bit more of the pumpkin orange. And here will be another napkin that I have as well, that was stashed away, and then I finally found it. And a little bit more of the beautiful fabric and ribbon collaging here. And then inside here, I love the stampings of different colors here, is a little bit of a plant book, because like I said, that, you know, Betty will use some plants or learn about plants that she can use in spells. And then inside I gave you some lines and put paper here so you can put more spells in here. And over here, witch's hat also on this crinkly tracing paper. And then here a little bit lines with stamping. And on the back is a journaling card and writing label, and just some boardwalk, it says High Street. So maybe just a map about maybe her town or village where Betty lives. And then a little bit of more of that orange tab here, more black paper, and a black butterfly stamp here. And I just gave you some leftovers that I had, and I put it on. You can still write a little bit of a spell there. More collaging here with this weird bicycle with the little wheel and the big wheel. And then this beautiful, beautiful, I'm not sure if it's a fly or dragonfly maybe, or something with some green trim to match the bug in here. Anyways, he's spooky, so I wanted to leave him in here. More writing spaces, eyelash trim, and more from the plant book in black and white that I stained all over. And then I just thought this was weird, this cane leaning against what looks like maybe a palm tree, not sure why. More skeletons here from my digital witch's diary, and a couple more pages here with lines and writing spot. And then a little more bits that you might tear off and use somewhere. Here I gave you 4, 5, 6 for some reason that I wrote, and it just kind of stuck in here, and I thought, okay, I'll leave it. And here's another tag, that double tag that also has something on the bottom here as well. And some plants on that you can, you know, write a spell, and then put it in here in this triangle pocket. And here we have a skull front view, and then the other half is on the other side. So this is the middle of the second signature. And here we have a little bit more from the authentic dictionary page and index card. And then here also from the microscope book. This is the other side also with a little index card here. And then a little bit from, and also some kind of little bug here, skeleton. Almost looks like Alien, one of my favorite movies, Alien. And some more beads over here. Okay, there's that triangle pocket. And in this one, I just put a couple of pages from the little, I don't know, receipt book that I have. This is a little tuck spot here, and as well little bits here to use for a spell. And then a tab here, a little bit more from the diary, and lines and more writing space. More skeletons from my digital. And here number 89 or 89. And a little bit more from the flower book. I love the way this turned out with this. This was, I believe, lavender that came out this way on this black page. And then there's tabs all over. As you can see, the layers here are just beautiful. Just the way they all kind of came together in different ways. And I love it when it sticks out this way and has layers. Now, this pocket here has an eye here in the collage. And then inside is Betty's family, and there's quite a few of them, witches and warlocks, I suppose. And she also kept this bird image for some reason in her collection. Maybe that's one of her mediums that she uses, I'm not sure. And inside is a pocket with various little things that you can use. There's even a kitty here, black cat, and a label, and so on. Some things that you can use throughout the journal. So we'll put this back in here. And in the back, this page that I put in the back for writing was missing a corner, but just as well, it says here, not noted. For some reason, you know how often you say something, okay, noted, when somebody tells you something, well, not noted. So anyhow, a little bit more writing here, and more of the black paper. And here I put rubber stamp spell, and then here a little bit more of from that microscope book. It's this really spellbinding image that I liked. So everything, there's a lot of sewing as well, and this is a little tuck spot, and sewing almost all the pages. A little bit of spiders coming on this tracing paper. And a couple more of these index cards in these beautiful colors. There's stamping here as well, and more of the fabric and ribbon collaging. And here is the other side of this napkin that says Bon Appetit. Really, really cute with this skeleton hand coming at you. And here's another piece of the wallpaper sample. And then here's a little notebook. And on the top it shows, this is a piece of the napkin as well, and some bones, and I guess what they're called. And inside here is, I think actually Maya wrote this from one of her journals, and we copied it. And I just used where it says Love Marge or something. Anyways, so this is a spell, and then we have a little pentagram on the back here. I'm going to write a note here to whoever picks up this journal, and my shop name over here, and again the back of it. So this is spell. If you are looking for a Halloween journal, then give it a try and give it a look at the Etsy shop and at this video. I appreciate you coming by to see the video, and always coming by to see what's new at RoseByNameCo. I do appreciate it. Hope you have a great day, and Halloween as well, whenever it does come. We're a little bit early, but we'll get there. So take care. Again, Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Bye-bye.